All right, let's do this. It is Monday, June 1st, 2026. So, new historic high, another one. 8 days straight up. That's that's even better than run. It's the best run in quite a while, actually. I don't know how many months it's been since we had 8 days up, but you know, is anyone really surprised? I mean, which part of SpaceX IPO don't you understand? Also, which part of OpenAI don't you understand? Which part of Anthropic, another $1 trillion company, don't you understand? They're not going to let this pig of a market go down. Oh, sure, you'll get a couple of down days here and now, right? We can see them on this chart. We had a little 3-day cooling wave, right? But mostly it's just sporadic drops, and they're very restrained, so, very minor. So here we are, 75.99. Oh yeah, RSI is 74. We're overbought. So what? We can be overbought for months at a time sometimes. And look, ironically, I've been saying this for a few days as well. Ironically, daily momentum, the setup favors the bulls. So look, momentum's probably going to turn positive on Tuesday, and probably going to be net high all the way into next Friday when the SpaceX gets listed. So, and then we get a rollover, maybe after, I think when's OPEX? OPEX will be the what? 15, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, when would it be? Okay, yeah, OPEX will be the 19th, but actually 19th of June is Juneteenth, which is a day off. So standard OPEX will be June 18th, Thursday. Anyway, maybe we get a couple of down days into that, right? Kind of almost like, well, yeah, this one here, sort of. Anyway, we're going up. 6,700 is clearly realistic within the near term. And again, VIX, I mean, look, it can stay low for months at a time. There is no reason to expect VIX to be sustainably up this side of the SpaceX IPO. Maybe we'll get some drama in June, or not June, July. I mean, with a Fed meeting. Actually, we have a Fed meeting this month, but anyway, none of it really matters. Market is super strong. There's no downside power, as I like to say. Individual stocks, see what we got. Again, I'm looking at these for the first time. Um, Apple was down almost 2%. Momentum is going to turn negative on Tuesday morning. So there's one bearish stock, but would you short it? I mean, I wouldn't short it. Why would you short anything? Some of these I'm not even going to bother mentioning because there's just no point. Agnico Eagle had a hollow red reversal. That's bullish for Tuesday. American Eagle. Friday's candle was a hollow red reversal. That played out. This Majestic Silver, that's also a hollow red reversal. Bullish for Tuesday. And yeah, we'll cover gold, silver, and all at the end. AMD, that's a reversal candle. That's bullish for Tuesday. Amazon, not pretty, down 3.5%. I don't know why. Sporadic cooling. Let's just skip through those little ones. There we go. So ASTS was whacked on Friday after the Blue Origin launch rocket blew up on the pad. And there was an attempt to bounce on Friday, but look, we're down another 6.8% today. And you got to think, look, Momentum's only been ticking down for 2 days. It's probably going to come down for at least, what, 1, 2, maybe 3. Another 2 or 3 days at least. Maybe we level out around here on Thursday. Maybe. But there's nothing good right now. I mean, a natural target, 50 days, 87. But again, I have a no touch on this now because Rocket Lab, of course, is a launch system. ASTS is a satellite company, really. And now they got no launch system. Although they have deals with SpaceX, but let's be clear, as someone who knows a little bit about this, in fact, I know a lot about it. Let's be frank. Blue Origin rocket basically nuked the launch pad. They're not going to be launching for at least another year. And I'm starting to think actually probably not until spring of 2028. 2028 until they launch again. Now, if you notice, actually, Blue Origin, they're not issuing any videos of people walking around the pad. It's all a cover-up in terms of publicity, right? They don't want anybody talking about it. They don't want to have any video out there of it. Although, of course, independent people took video from miles away. Can't stop that. But yeah, that's going to ricochet on ASTS for a long time. This is a problem. So even though it's down, I consider this a no touch now. Rocket Lab is a viable buy though, arguably. Not right now. We'll get to that soon. Barrack Mining, down 0.5%. What is that? That's a reversal candle. Bullish for Tuesday. I like the miners. I like almost all the miners now. If you told me that a week ago, I wouldn't have believed you. Bank of America reversal candle. BlackRock down, don't care. Blackstone, don't care. Cat just cooling back. Kamiko reversal candle. Carnival. That's a reversal candle. Cleveland Cliffs reversal candle. Leans bullish. Oh, oh God, look at that. Oh my God. It's nice being right, but being right doesn't mean I trade it that way. Now, I'm not short, of course. That would be clinical insanity. I'm shorting this market right now would be, again, that would be clinical insanity. So look, Thursday, this was the post-earnings reaction. It printed 171 in early morning. It bounced to 183. It started to cool back, and I bailed. Right, I was right to bail because it cooled like $5, which was 2.5%, and my exit was actually pretty good considering the initial 171s. Then on Friday, everybody loves tech software all of a sudden, and it soars. And here we are again. It soared again, 9.7%. Teal gap already filled. Next target is for 200-day at 220. That's clearly going to be hit. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. It doesn't matter when. It's going to happen, right? And if it breaks above that, as I'm guessing it will, up we go. I think the stock charts computer has a target of 282. That looks viable in that. Screw it. Let's just look at the let's just jump to a monthly chart for Salesforce. You don't normally do this because otherwise my videos will last 10 hours. And who has time for that? But yeah, look at this. I highlighted this at the weekend. The monthly candle was bullish, a bullish hammer. We're already powered upwards. We go above a 10 MA at 215. We're looking at 280 or so, right? Momentum's ticking up. It's not going to turn positive in July, maybe August or September. It looks like we have a key low from April 163 and 171 on Thursday. If you think Salesforce is going to go to 270 or so, 280, then then you know which way the main market's going to go, right? It's that simple. Moving on from Salesforce before I start to get annoyed. That's interesting. Disney has a little spike floor from key price threshold. That's bullish. Ford just cooling back after a lunacy ramp. Again, this ramp, there is no good reason for that. Stupid. Freeport Macran was up 2%. Let's check copper whilst before I forget. Okay, so the all-time high for copper was 664. Copper settled up 18 cents today, 2.9% to 654. I looks like we have a chance at the sevens. Within the next, well, we could even print sevens within a matter of days. If yes, Freeport Macmoran's going to take out that high there, 70.96. Alphabet, just a touch of cooling. We've now tagged orange gap. Home Depot down 2% again. Retail is not a great sector broadly. Little Heckler down 1.3%, but that is a reversal candle from the 200-day and 10 MA. Bullish. Intel just cooling back. Can't go every day. Hmm. Wow, look at McDonald's down 1.1%, almost taking out that low there. Not quite, but not far off. One of the weakest Dow stocks out there. Meta. Oh, look at that. That is ugly. So we had a black candle on Thursday. That played out on Friday. And today's candle is actually bearish engulfing. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a horrible drop. 5% to 600. Oh, look at that. Also, the volume was picking up today. That's one ugly stock for tomorrow. Microsoft up 2.23%. Now that is a black candle, but it's a significant break above the 200-day, which is where we stalled under in late January. So it's a black candle, but I think the important thing is that we're above the 200-day, and that's a bullish move. Look at the what was that? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Look at Wednesday's candle. A little reversal, powered up on Thursday, Friday, and we're just again. You could argue we're overbought. So what? The fact is, we're above the 200-day. That's pretty important. Micron, near historic high. What a surprise. Netflix is dead. NVDA powered up 6%. You got to think that's going to go above 236 soon now. Going to be bullish drones. Oracle, look at that. I never even noticed this on Friday. Friday, teal gap filled above the 200-day. Today it's just breaking up and away. You could I could even understand some bull maniacs starting to talk about taking out 343. Kind of similar to Salesforce. If you're bullish Salesforce, you can be bullish Oracle and vice versa. Pan American Silver, that is you can barely see it, but it's a hollow red reversal candle that's bullish for Tuesday. A lot of the miners had reversal candles. Of course, that's reflective of gold, silver recovering upwards. Palantir was up 2.5%. Now we got a bit of a spiky candle from the 200-day, but it looks like this one wants to break up on the way as well. You got to think, what's Michael Berry doing? If I was Michael Berry, I'd be covering. You cannot hold above the 200-day. If you believe the market and Palantir are going to go broadly down, you cannot hold above there. That's stupid. So Palantir wants to go up. PayPal don't care. Red Cap, choppy, but it's had a great run from 835 to 1484. Wow, that's almost 70%. Wow. Well, we know the future of war is drones. Okay, so Rocket Lab, down $21.09, 14.7%. I will say Friday's candle was a hollow red reversal candle with a spike from around a 10 MA. That was bullish for today, but nope, that didn't play out. We have a break under the 10 MA. Horrible candle. That's the most bearish candle we've had since pre-earnings. So you can argue that the ramp on earnings is done. Hell of a ramp it was. Actually, of course, today was the third consecutive daily decline. Momentum turned negative. But no, look, we've been weakening all this time. You got to think we're going to go down for at least another 2 or 3 days, right? Minimum. I do suspect we will have a little ramp on the SpaceX IPO. So I'm thinking about buying it, but not tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday, but definitely not tomorrow. Because actually tomorrow that the next blue bar is going to be somewhere here, and maybe we'll level out Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, boom. Maybe. Target down 2.5. Tesla down 4.5. United Airlines down 2.5% because of higher oil. Today's candle is a reversal though, leans bullish for Friday. Exxon up 2.8%. I'm just reminded by UPS of FedEx. Okay, so FedEx officially up 2.1% on the day. That is a bullish engulfing candle. I think the new ticker for FedEx Freight is FDXF, I think. Okay, so FedEx Freight, which is being added to the S&P 500 and the Transports 20 tomorrow, officially settled down 6.8%. Anyway, let's jump to oil, which of course had a pretty bullish day. So as I speak in after hours at 5:33 p.m. Eastern, oil is still currently up $5, 5.8%, and 92s. You can argue this is the oil bears could argue this is just a technical bounce of this wave from 106 to 86. So $20 drop. Maybe we're going to get stuck around here and then roll over again. I mean, I saw a post. Trump said he's expecting oil prices to quote drop like a rock unquote. To get that, you need to take out the 84s. You show me a close under 84, then yeah. Then we have a 200-day 72s, and then the breakout threshold of 67s. So if you want to be really bullish the main market and bearish oil, you need to show me a close under 84. And we could just churn around here for days, weeks. What else? Gold, silver, right? All right, as I speak, gold is currently net lower for the day by $56, 1.25%. So we printed a low of 44.48, which isn't that far from a 200-day. I will say that today's candle was actually bearish engulfing. So maybe we have a little bit of weakness early Tuesday and then move upwards. It is important that we break up within the next couple of days. We need to break. Gold bulls need to break above this trend line, which will be 4,600 as of tomorrow. I don't see there's any realistic chance of 4,600 tomorrow, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. It might happen on Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe. If it does, then we're looking at maybe, 47, mid 4700s. Probably not. I mean, it could happen later this week, but more likely next week with SpaceX IPO. But yeah, it's important to see gold break up. Otherwise, I would be a little bit be concerned that the 200-day might be taken out. Of course, the 200-day is going up every day still, so it gets easier for the bears to take it out, which they've held the line twice now, right? So I need to see gold have a pretty good day tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, and then break up before the weekend. Either way, if you project that for 200-day, we have to be trading above 44.50 by the latter half of the month. Momentum might turn positive tomorrow. There's plenty of upside potential, but yeah, potential doesn't guarantee anything. And silver is officially, well, as of right now, silver's down 40 cents, 0.5% at 74.84. Now again, unlike gold, silver took out that key high in mid-April and got to the 89s, cooled back, and a lot of chop here. You can see the Thursday spike, which is when gold was testing the 200-day. Silver hasn't even come close to it, like gold. So silver's actually holding up better than gold, which is actually surprising because generally the gold is a more stable commodity. Silver's more prone to losing with 200-day than gold would be, but it's not. It's actually holding up better. Again, for me, I want to see silver above, at least take out this high, 78.36. That's $3.50 up. That's 5%. That won't be easy. Momentum remains marginally negative. Might turn positive on Wednesday. Might. If it does start to move, it can move pretty fast. You see this run here from $70.83 to 89. That's 80, a clear $18 in what? 3, 5, 6. So 17, 18% in 9 days or so, 11 days. Of course, I'm more interested in SLV, which is what I'm trading. So today we had, should go to 15-minute. I mean, again, we're talking about little microcycles here, so you gotta be careful. So you see we had an opening gap down. We were actually up in pre-market. Pre-market, we were up 0.4%, but then we had a swing down because the equity market was, S&P went from up 20 to down 15. And then silver had a washout, 66.80. Well, SLV, 66.80. Had a pretty good bounce. Almost turned positive and got stuck and had some late day cooling. Again, why did we cool in the late part of the day? Because the equity market cooled back in the 3 o'clock hour, right? Every time the equity market goes down, silver will get dragged down to some extent. So as things are, the 15-minute is basically neutral. On a 5-minute chart, we're basically close to oversold again. So you can even see the closing candle is black doji, and we are cyclically low. So in theory, we should be up tomorrow in silver. Also, the fact that Look at this. The daily candle is it's very subtle, but it is a hollow red reversal doji candle. Again, I would accept all of this is just pretty tedious chop. But I mean it's a reasonable buy right now, so I'm long. All right, what do I want to close on? Actually, I'm kind of almost inclined because I haven't looked at this myself yet today. All right, so the weekly charts, I'm thinking in terms of momentum cycles. So you see, we're still kind of inclined to claw upwards. We're not going to clearly not going to turn positive until July. Um, red gold. Yeah, I mean, look, on a momentum cycle, gold is crazy low. It's on the low end. In theory, it should start leaning back upwards for, into Labor Day in theory, which of course is months away. All right, what else is there? Anything else? Not really. I mean, any other thing, maybe I'll close on this. Look, new month, Upper Bollinger is now 76.67. Next week, we could clearly push beyond that a little bit, maybe 7,700 on a stretch. Again, I guess we could even go maybe 50 points above that, but not too much. Because of the SpaceX IPO, which in theory there should be a lot of hysteria around that. I'm well aware of the fact that this company doesn't make money. I'm well aware of all these little things, but people are going to want to be buying the SpaceX next Thursday. Not even sure I'm going to be allowed to yet. I'm guessing I won't be able to buy any because I'm not a US resident. So, but anyway, Upper Bollinger 76.67 is going up roughly 150 points a month. So as of July, it'll be offering 7,800. As of 1st of August, it'll be offering 79.50 to 8,000. 8,000 is possible in August. I think we are going to print 8,000 either, mid late August or around the Labor Day holiday break. And then maybe we'll see a 10% correction into the midterm. So maybe 8,000 down to 8,200. That's jumping the gun, of course, but we're way long ways from that. But yeah, we're going up, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. So yeah, hopefully Tuesday will be good for silver. I could do with a really good exit. That would help. But I am keeping my eye on Rocket Lab. I think there's at least one good trade viable in Rocket Lab, but not tomorrow. There's no hurry. I don't think there is any hurry tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday I could buy it. Yeah. Anyway, have a good Tuesday.